Now Ginger Howard's getting all the love. If I read all the Ginger Howard text I got, I wouldn't have. I'd be off the air at 10. I wouldn't have time. Ginger, you got this massive following. We got 30 texts here. Ginger this and Ginger that. Ginger Howard with us. She is state committee woman in Georgia, Republican. When her counterparts were in Amelia Island, the pina colada Republicans sipping margaritas out of whizzle sticks with their feet up at the beach. Guess where Ginger Howard was? She was at the rally in Washington on that Wednesday. And guess where she was on Tuesday? She was not at Amelia Island. She was, during the day, knocking on doors and making phone calls to get the votes out for Republicans in Georgia. And then she spent the night on our election night show in Atlanta, Georgia. And then she got up early and went to the rally. That's the Ginger Howard that is on with us now. Ginger, thanks for being with us.
No, John, thank you for all that love. I love you. You're such a voice for our country, and I cannot thank God enough for you and you for being so strong. And I want to speak to Brittany. I just thank you, Brittany, for calling in. You are the future of our party. You're not just the future. You are the now of our party. And, honey, don't you ever be afraid to speak up, because Republicans, the strong Republicans, believe in limited government, lower taxes, and personal responsibility. And once you really know what you believe in, you can sell ice to an Eskimo, because our party and what we stand for, the true people in our party, the people like President Trump, and who really, really stand for American exceptionalism and America first and Judeo-Christian values, our voices do matter, and you do matter, and you go get them. And who knows, Brittany, maybe you're supposed to run for something one day. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Get your friends involved, and you're going to make a difference where you are.
Ginger, you were at the rally on that last Wednesday. You went to D.C. for that.
Yes,
you were with me.
It was a crazy night. Yes, you and I did the show together until the water spill, so that was a nightmare. But anyway, the night went downhill from there. We were up, and we were so excited, and we thought we were going to win. But I have to tell America, John Fredericks knows what he's talking about. He looked at me early on when I said, John, DeKalb's not in. He goes, what do you mean DeKalb's not in? I said, I just got our numbers. It's not in at all. And John said, we're going to lose. You called it. You knew it. You knew the numbers there, and you were right.
Well, I knew with only the DeKalb early votes in, I think 25% were in, and I think Purdue was up. They were not up enough. I forget the number. It was like 10,000, and Kelly Loeffler was ahead by maybe a few thousand. Purdue maybe 15. That just wasn't enough. I knew they had to be up by 50 or 60,000 when DeKalb started to come in. And so as soon as I saw that and you verified it, at 10 o'clock we were done. I mean,
yeah.
And I was said on the air, I think I said, we're going to lose. There's just no way. There's not enough votes to make those up. And that was it. They started to come in. They got behind. Loeffler got beat by, 70,000 or so, to 170, pretty big margin. And then Purdue got beat by 30,000. So that was that. What do we do now, Ginger?
Well, we don't stop. We fight. But number one, we fight for election integrity, because if we don't fight for election integrity, we can just might as well throw in the towel. And that is very, very important. So I know the legislatures, and if you're in Georgia and you're in a state that was any state, even if it was a swing state, you need to rally, talk to your state legislatures, and make sure that the number one thing on their agenda is election reform. And if it's not, you really put their feet to the fire, because our voice matters, and we cannot continue to act like nothing happened in this last election when it was just, there were so many things that went wrong. And another thing we do is we cannot just sit in the corner and fold our hands and say, well, we're going to win in 2022. No, we're not going to win in 2022 if we don't change some things. And we have got to be bold, and we need to stand up for what we believe in, and we need to get everybody that we have the best message, but we did not deliver it correctly. We were only just bashing the other side, saying why you should not vote for the other side, and saying why, instead of saying why you should vote for me. And people are sick and tired of negativity. They want to know, why do you want me to vote for you? And people need to they feel like they need to earn your vote, and not just say, don't vote for the other person. So there are a lot of things we need to do, John. A lot of things. We need to do some serious soul searching.
What about voter reform in Georgia? I know I had Senator Beach on yesterday, and also before that, Senator Burt Jones. And they've got a pretty significant voter reform package in the Georgia General Assembly. Brian Kemp, the governor, came out yesterday, I think, and said he's now in favor of photo ID for absentee ballots.
Mm-hmm.
What is going to happen?
That's great. I think all of our legislators know here because of all we've been through, and thank goodness for Burt Jones and Brandon Beach and several others who really stood up during the special the election, between the election and the runoff. They really fought for all of this, and now that they are back in session, they are leading the charge. And I saw one of our representatives, and she said, "What do you want us to work on?" And this is even before Kelly and David lost. I said, number one, election reform. So they are hearing it, John, from everybody. So I think that this needs to be their first priority, and I do believe they're going to get it done.
By the way, Patty Lyman says hi.
Oh, hey, Patty. I love Patty.
One text I'll read. I just had her on. I've been encouraging you to run for Secretary of State. We need to run in primaries and take the party over. Brad Raffensperger has been a disaster. You've got the energy, and I think you'd be a fabulous candidate. Is that something that you might look at?
Well, I am definitely. I told a friend the other day, and I think I've told you this before. Those of you that know me know that I'm a Christian, and I pray about every decision that I make. And I know without an inkling of a shadow of a doubt, I'm so blessed to be the National Committee woman right now. God has used my voice for 4 years, and I just was reelected. But I also know that God has called me to serve publicly. And so whatever position that is, if it's Secretary of State, somebody's already started a Ginger Howard for U.S. Senate Facebook page. I don't even know what that is. I only want what God wants me to do. So to answer your question, yes, I'm praying about it. There are other things I'm praying about. I want God to show me the time and the position, because that is the most important thing. I want to serve him in the right position at the right time. And right now I'm the National Committee woman, and I love doing that, and I'm thankful for it. But we do need to have a new Secretary of State, and if that's my lane to get in, if that's my race, then I will do it. If it's something else, I will do it too, because there are going to be a lot of opportunities soon to really take back our state and our nation for our true principles, not just saying you're a Republican, but showing you're a Republican.
Ginger Howard with us. Thank you for that, Ginger. And I know you'll come to the right decision, and I do hope you run for Secretary of State, because I think you'd be a wonderful candidate, and we need that office cleaned up. We're going to take a few phone calls here. We're going to start in Marietta, Georgia, Kiara. We're going to go to line 4, where we have Clint in Marietta, Georgia. Clint, you're live with State Committee woman from Georgia, Republican Ginger Howard.
Hey, Ginger. Hey, John. I just want to start by thanking you, John, for everything you did for us through these rough elections here. I really just wanted to call. 99% of the time, I feel like I'm agreeing with you. I'm nodding my head, and I think on yesterday's show, you were getting fired up, and I was getting fired up. But the one issue, the one thing I kind of disagree with you on, and maybe just hear me out, and maybe you can help explain it, is this idea that we have to continue to support this Republican Party and do this takeover and try to weed out all of these rhinos. I just feel like, and this isn't just me. I've talked to quite a lot of friends here in Georgia, and man, we're just done with this Republican Party. We just don't want anything to do with it. We don't want any part of it. We see what they're doing. I mean, take the impeachment again, for example. I mean, you had 10 Republicans that flipped, and then potentially McConnell. And I just want to understand. Like, I know logistically it's probably a lot to start a new party, but I mean, with 75 to 80 million of us, couldn't we logistically make that work?
Well, here's the concern that I've got. It can take a long time to build a third party up, years, and I don't think we have the time, Clint. That's my fear. I mean, we've got socialists in power now that want to take this country down a very dangerous path. Look, this isn't 1976 and Carter won, or 92 when Clinton won, and maybe they were going to go a little bit left, or maybe Dukakis wins and they go a little bit left. I mean, it's been taken over by radical leftists that want our country to be Venezuela or something. And so my concern is we just don't have the time. And the quicker and more efficient way to do it is by changing the leadership of the Republican Party and taking it over, because we can do that now. I mean, that's today. That's in the now. That's the young lady that just called from Pennsylvania in Chester County. Yeah. That's now. I mean, a third party takes years and years to build up, and a ton of money, and you got to get on ballots, and I just don't think we have the time. So that's my concern. But I'm going to let Ginger answer that.
I think we have the energy.
About that too?
Go ahead, Ginger.
Can I answer that? Clint, I thank you so much for calling in, and you have no idea. I'm the national committee woman for Georgia, which means I represent Georgia, but I serve on the governing board of the Republican Party. And I had a friend yesterday who's been 29 years veteran and basically said the same thing. He's like, I'm done. If McConnell goes through, I'm done, Ginger. I'm done. I hear you. He goes, you need to get this word on up the chain. And I spoke the other night to a group of men and women in Forsyth County, to like 100 to 200 people, and it was so hurtful to see these people. I mean, it hurt my heart that they felt like, just like you, people are angry, and I want to validate you. I am in the Republican Party, but I'm just like you. I'm a member of the Republican Party, but I'm just like you. I feel just like you. And so, to John's point, and this is why, and I will tell you, Romney McDaniel and Tommy Hicks, the two people that we reelected, are 100% like they worked their fannies off for President Trump. They are not. I mean, they really, 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 really are not rhinos. I mean, they are really, really not. And the thing is, one of my friends on the committee said the best thing, and this is what I'm going to say to you, Clint. You need us, and we need you. So we need to decide how we are going to work together. And like John said, we got to kick the rhinos to the curb and lock the door and throw away the key and never let them be elected to dog catcher again. And that's what we have to do. So to everybody else that's listening that is sick of the Republican Party, I'm a part of it, and I hear you. I'm sick of those people too. A few bad apples have really spoiled our name, but please hear me. This is a volunteer position. I do not get paid. In fact, I pay a lot of money to go to all these meetings and do all these things for God and country is why I do it. But you are worth fighting for, Clint, and that is why I'm the national committee woman, and I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for Brittany, and I'm going to fight for the 76-plus deplorables that voted for Trump, and we are going to retake our country. So please don't abandon us, because we need you, and you need us.
Well, I appreciate that, and I don't want to, but it's hard to turn that negative energy into a positive back for the Republican Party, and that's what a lot of my peers are saying. A lot of my colleagues, it's more along the lines of I'm salty, I'm mad, I'm angry, and no, I don't want to support these guys. Absolutely not.
Well,
I want out.
You're
I
not
want no part of it.
them, but that's the whole message.
Not. Right.
Clint, the whole message is you're not supporting them. They're going to have to support us. Just turn it. We have 50 million people. They'll never win a primary if we stick together. That's why I'm making calls to the people that I was odds with on our side, and I'm apologizing to all of them. We stick together. I'm leading by example. They'll be coming to us. What McConnell said the other day, just stay with me, Clint, and I get the anger. Okay, because I can't stand them either. He said, I've talked to my donors, and, they know that, Trump has destroyed this, and they cost us power, and, we're done with him, and we just got to get him out of there, right?
Yep.
Here's what McConnell has. He has a donor list. He's got a money bomb list. And he's got bankers on Wall Street, right, that have sold our jobs out to China for 50 years, making bonuses. That's what he's got. He doesn't have a party. He doesn't have crap without us. We are the people. And pretty soon, Mitch McConnell's going to have to answer to us, because all we have to do is take it over. It's there. I'm going to get back. I guess say it every day. When Napoleon came back to Paris, He said, I came back to Paris and I saw the crown lying in the gutter. I simply bent over and picked it up. That's it.
Yep.
It's right there. It's right in front of us. And so we're
Yeah.
going to take it over, and then McConnell's going to be coming to us.
Yep.
Flip it, baby.
Yep.
Flip it.
Yep.
Ginger, I'm going to give you
Yeah,
the
well,
final. I'm going to give you the final word.
That is what you said is exactly right. This is another thing, Clint. You don't have to support your money. Put your money where your mouth is what they say. And when the money starts drying up, they're going to realize. I got a text yesterday or day before from Rick Scott, who's now the new National Republican Senatorial Committee chair. Like, we need to take back the Senate in 2022. They are tone deaf. They don't. I'm not giving a dime, and I'm the Republican National Committee woman until they do some changes. So that is one thing you do. You don't support those people. And just because there's an R by their name, you need to talk to them, and they need to earn your support. What do they really believe? And a lot of times these people say one thing and do the other. So actions speak louder than words. So we need to vet our candidates better than we have. We need to look at their past. We need to see all of these things. And then we do, like John said, in the first time when David Perdue ran, he actually won. But in Georgia, we have this rule: it has to be 50+1. And there was a libertarian that ran that got 3% of the vote, and that libertarian spoiled the whole thing. So that's why we do need to stick together and get the right people and all be together. And it is we, the people, and it is frustrating at times. But we get back up, we dust off our boots, we say we're back in the fight. Clint, this country is worth fighting for. And when people start this socialist agenda, look at what has happened in 1 week since that rally, which I was at. It was beautiful, wonderful, peaceful, prayerful. I walked around praying. It was the sweetest time. There were families, there were old people. I mean, they are making us out to be, we are the most horrific people in the whole wide world. That is a lie from the pit of hell. And we have got to stand up and stand strong.
Ginger, thank you.